Yo, alright, just wanted to go over a couple of things so I don't get spammed with questions early league. Honestly, this is why it is. So this is how you cook your build without knowing like what changes are coming in terms of where skill trees are coming in and leaving and all that kind of stuff like that. Of course you pick your skill. I am being super basic, so we're doing lightning arrow, and then do your supports where they're using scatter shot, martial tempo, all that kind of stuff. If you've ever used lightning arrow, then you know what you're picking. If you don't, then just look up a lightning arrow guide. They're there. There's a million of them where I'd make you one. But pick your skill. Look at your skill. Look at the attack, projectile, AoE, chaining, lightning. All of those right there. The tags are how you scale your equipment. So, in terms of picking, like, this is where you come at your first crossroads. Are you going to be doing just projectile damage? Do you want to pierce, or do you want to just do strict increased damage against elemental ailments? It's worth it to note that this is a 4 path, this is a 3 path, for your, in terms of how many passive nodes you're going to require. Choose your choice, and don't regret it. If you regret it, just come back and slot that later. It's not that deep. Now from there, you saw that there is projectile in lightning arrow, so you know you can scale projectile damage. You can just search projectile, and look, there's more. Now this highlights every single projectile thing, right? Obviously, I looked at that. I don't need that. It's chance to fork, so you just type in projectile damage. It now takes that node off, and the two before are gonna be projectile damage. That's great. So now you know you can scale projectile damage anywhere. Increase and reductions to projectile speed, damage applied to bows, pretty solid. Like I said, if you want to pierce, fork, chain, this is big node for all of it. Are you scaling, like, are you stacking decks? How is that going? Now if you're scaling other things, since lightning arrow is like an elemental skill, type in elemental, you see all of the elemental nodes. Primal Sundering, really good. How much resistance do mobs really have early on? Do you need to grab that now or later? I grab it later. Mobs don't have a lot of resistances early. Damage for each type of ailment on an enemy can be a super solid node, depending on how many elements you're stacking. It's a really overhyped node, because it's really not that strong late game. But it is a good source of elemental damage early, and chance to ignite or shock, depending on what you need. So if you're going LA, like, you get like decent pin going like this, right? Boom, 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 boom. You get decent pin, decent damage. It's pretty solid all around. You're also really close to catalysts here. Just more options for you to go down. You then also have maiming strikes for increased attack damage. Does count towards lightning arrow. Right there, these two right here. Shock duration, magnitude shock. You're not doing shock, like you're not focusing on shock. Feathered fletching right there. You can also come up over here and get blind enemies on attack if you're doing blind. Pin if you're doing pin. Crit damage bonus if you're doing crit. If you're doing crit, do it later, not early, because you need to scale up 100% crit. Over here, really, really strong hybrid nodes for whenever you swap over to hybrid. So going up in this area in general is super strong. So I'm just going to allocate up to here. It gets you close to more crit nodes over here. It gets you close to Subterfuge Mask and Spectral Ward and all that kind of stuff. Because have I forgotten what Subterfuge Mask is? This is crazy. Oh my god. I look like I've never played this game. Whoops. It still gets close to it. If you want to grab these as defensive layers, my bad. Which is wonderful. If you are strictly going ES, this is you're going up more towards the area you need to be in. If you're going strictly evasion, you're already in the area you need to be in, down by like bestial skin, because you're already down here. Always note that a good tree looks like this, like all the time. A couple of mistakes not to make. This is not a good build. This is a very bad build. Don't do this. The amount of times I've seen this and I've had to fix this, don't do this. Don't be this person. Also, don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We don't have split personalities, and we don't have that many dual sockets. So this is never going to be worth it at all. Also, this right here, bad move. Very bad move. When you're going throughout the tree, if you notice you're lacking something, try and pick it up on your way. Example, right? So right here, say I have decent damage, but my like defensive capabilities are lacking. I'm one node off of more evasion, and on low life or on full life, you get even more. So like, don't go out of your way because you know bestial skin is double evasion rating from your armor. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 nodes just to get it. That is ridiculous in my opinion. Now if you're near it, fantastic. Like if you're already grabbing Ward Quiver, cool. It's like right there. If you're already grabbing Enhanced Reflexes, it's right there. If you're already getting Fervor, great. I didn't know that changed over there. That's crazy. You're also next to Phonetic if you're doing like Frenzy Charge shit. Like that's absolutely wonderful. But don't be going like all the way over here for like spell damage. Just don't do it. Or if you're going for ES up there, like don't do something like that because you're going ES. Just go to that node. Save all those. Save all of those. And if you're doing LA, grab that. That's what a good tree is going to look like. Now, how you adapt your build kind of like on the fly, make a build like plan for yourself so you know what you're doing. And please, look at the nodes and read what you're doing. Look at your skill. Look at the tags. If something comes out and it pops up like right, look for like a bare spot. Maybe they moved this stuff over. They put one right here. If it comes up right here, and you're already traveling down here for like escape velocity, catalysts, and maiming strike, it pops up right here. If it says projectile damage, great, grab it. It's right there. If it pops up over here and says it, don't get it because you're not over there. Now, if you're picking up Crystal Elixir and those nodes, which are decently strong, great, grab it. If not, don't. Too far out of the way for nothing. If you can find an area that is worth it, like if you're grabbing all of this stuff, which no build grabs all of those stuffs, but I mean, you can make something whack, I guess. Then great, there's a lot of value in that area. Travel over there because you know you're getting quite a bit. These 2 nodes, super strong. These 3 nodes, decently strong. Shit, honestly, if you want to like do blink or some shit, multitasking, why not? Projectile damage. No one really cares about Flash or Charms. Unless you're doing like a niche, unique build. Companion max life, if you're stacking companions, sure. And bleed. Yeah, you're not. Okay. We'll talk about bleed later. But there's also attack damage here with one-handed melees. There's also lightning rod down here. So, I mean, this is an area that's good to go. But that's just like later scaling, okay? That's just like getting Subterfuge Mask and getting Spectral Ward. That's incredibly dependent on how late into your build you are. Spectral Ward, Subterfuge Mask, in my opinion, is a mid-game swap. Crit is a late-game swap. So that's where you're grabbing nodes like this, all of those, and you're instead of typing in that, because I couldn't find it earlier, you're scaling crit. Maybe you're grabbing that. Maybe you're coming all the way over here grabbing that. Once again, note that, I mean, that's really the only thing you're going there for. I guess you could also do like AoE shock. And maybe get like projectile or accuracy. Sure. Maybe you want to grab savagery. Pretty close. In that case, I mean, you can just save yourself 2 passive points right here. Look at that. You just connected it. Easy. So this is just some reminders to make sure that everyone is making an efficient league start, being great, and just having a good time. Honestly, campaign acts are all going to be new for people. Trees are all going to be new for people. I got boys practicing in chat right now. Just messing around with campaign, trying to get readapted to it. And yeah, we're going to have a great league, guys. Changes, they're great. If you want my opinion, I'll make a video on that. I can do that. Just let me know if this helped. If it didn't help, I apologize. Later, guys.